Okay, let's watch this slideshow and allow me to explain to you this grammar point. So it's called infinitive verbs to simple present tense. Very important to know um, the difference when you begin in English. Let's talk about the infinitive verbs. Infinitive verbs in English are composed of two words, the preposition to and the base form of the verb. And here's some examples: to go, to see, to eat, to communicate, to sniff. There are no exceptions to this at all. Okay, to make the simple present tense, I've cut the writing off a bit, sorry. To make the simple present tense, you must start with the root of the infinitive, or the base form as we call it, of the verb, and conjugate the verb with the subject pronoun. So let's take a look at what that means. So normally speaking, the infinitive is made up of two words, to plus the base form or the root. When you take away to, you're left with the base form or the root. That is not the present tense by itself. You now have to conjugate, and the way that works is that you do use the base form of the root to make the forms for I, you, we, you, and they, but for third person singular there is a second form where you must add an S or an ES to the form for it to work. So the present tense in fact has two forms, jump and jumps, and there is no exception to this rule. Let's go to the simple present tense. The simple present tense, there are only two reasons for using the simple present tense. One is to talk about something that is a fact, and the other one is to talk about something that is a habit. So let's take a look at what a fact is. Here's some sentences. She is a girl, he is a boy. They like to travel, they study at Edouard Maupetit. Those are facts. Now, for habits, we must use keywords to help us recognize them, and here are some habits. He eats breakfast every day. They often go to Florida in the winter. Okay, so let's talk about the keywords. In high school, you probably learned them, so here we go. If you do something 100% of the time, in English, you always do it. If you do it 0% in English, you never do it. 50% would be sometimes. 78% would be either often or the word usually, d'habitude. 2% we would use the word rarely or seldom. Don't forget the word every, which means chaque, followed by an expression of time. For example, every day, every week, every year. And the numbers, ordinal numbers, when we start to count, starting with 2, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 16 times, many times. So when you see one of these keywords in the present tense, use the simple present. And you should know that frequency words indicate a habit, and they answer the question, how often? Okay? We're going to move on to the next one in the next video. So thank you for your attention. Whoops. Here I am giving you all kinds of information, but you will find it in the next video. All right? Thank you.